Hello everyone. I missed you. I hope you missed me. It's been a while. I've been busy. Just moved, as you might be able to tell from the background. Bit of a mess. Hoping that getting into doing YouTube videos once a week again will encourage me / embarrass me into unpacking boxes and settling into the new apartment. So there's that. I went on a trip to California, to LA, to UCLA and the OC Free Thought Alliance, did talks for them. Then up to San Francisco, met up with my friend Yau-man and went to the Golden Gate Bridge, all that fun touristy stuff because it was my first time in San Francisco. Also went to the Mythbusters set, which I can't tell you about because of spoilers, but let it be known that they built something enormous and then smashed stuff, which was awesome. And then I spoke for Jeannie Scott's group, Bay Area Skeptics, and also for the Oakland Atheist Rapture Ram, which was a really fun meeting, and we got raptured, which was unexpected, to say the least. I came back. Heaven turns out kind of boring. Great weather, company is shit. So here I am. After California, I went out to Dublin and had a blast at an atheist conference there. That's where my previous video came from, a clip of P.C. Myers discussing science with some polite, if not completely misguided, Muslim men. That was interesting. I went to a museum called the Science Gallery where they do this art and science mashup, which was awesome. Whole hallway of blinky robot eyes that follow you as you walk past. It was about the it was an exploration of the uncanny valley, the point where robots start to really creep us out. So that was great. And then the conference itself was wonderful. A lot of you, I think, came from a video posted by Aaron Ra, who I was very excited to meet, along with DPR Jones, two people I subscribe to on YouTube and really enjoy, and they were just as much fun in person, though neither can hold their alcohol very well. But besides that, they were quite nice. And I was on a panel with Aaron Ra and Richard Dawkins, and Aaron posted the video on his channel, and I think through that I got a ton of new subscribers, so hello. The panel itself was on communicating atheism. They sort of left it open for us to talk about whatever we wanted, really, within that realm. I was going to talk about blogging and podcasting, but a few hours prior to that panel, there was another panel on women atheist activists, and I disagreed with a lot of what happened on that panel, particularly with something that Paula Kirby had said. Paula Kirby doesn't have a problem with sexism in the atheist community, and because of that, she assumes that there is no sexism. So I thought that I would, during my panel, discuss what it's like to communicate atheism as me, as a woman, but from a different perspective from Paula. I don't assume that every woman will have the same experience that I've had, but I think it's worthwhile to publicize the fact that some women will go through this, and that way we can warn women ahead of time as to what they might expect, give them the tools they need to fight back, and also give them the support structure they need to keep going in the face of blatant misogyny. So I was interested in the response to my sort of rambling on that panel, which, like this video, was unscripted and rambly, for which I apologize. But the response was really fascinating. The response at the conference itself was wonderful. There were a ton of great feminists there, male and female, and also just open-minded people who had maybe never really considered the way that women are treated in this community, but were interested in learning more. So thank you to everyone who was at that conference who engaged in those discussions outside of that panel. You were all fantastic, and I love talking to you guys. All of you except for the one man who didn't really grasp, I think, what I was saying on the panel, because at the bar later that night, actually at 4 in the morning, we were at the hotel bar. 4 a.m. I said, I've had enough, guys. I'm exhausted. Going to bed. So I walked to the elevator, and a man got on the elevator with me and said, "Don't take this the wrong way, but I find you very interesting, and I would like to talk more. Would you like to come to my hotel room for coffee? Just a word to the wise here, guys. Don't do that. You know, I don't really know how else to explain how this makes me incredibly uncomfortable, but I'll just sort of lay it out that I was a single woman, you know, in a foreign country at 4 a.m. in a hotel elevator with you, just you, and don't invite me back to your hotel room right after I finished talking about how it creeps me out and makes me uncomfortable when men sexualize me in that manner. So, yeah. But everybody else seemed to really get it, and thank you for getting it. Then RN posted the video online, and the response was fascinating. I wanted to thank all of the misogynists who commented on that video, because some people will watch that video and they'll think that maybe I'm exaggerating. You know how girls are, sensitive. And then they'll read your comments and they'll realize exactly how terrible you are and how it is a problem. So then we can move on with actually helping to stop the problem. So thank you for not hiding your misogyny. Thank you for putting it on display. And thank you to those of you who are the opposite of that and who emailed me to thank me and also to offer your support. I really appreciate everyone who did that. So thank you. There's one thing about my talk that I wanted to clear up. I saw a bit of confusion online. I'll just read a message I got yesterday, I think, from someone. In the video, I heard you say straw person rather than straw man. While I don't find this offensive or silly, I wonder why you bother. Most people know the phrase and understand with contextual knowledge about your stance, obviously, why you would correct it, but I don't really see the point. Yeah, a few people didn't really get this, so this might be confusing. If you still don't understand after I finish explaining, leave your question in the comments. I'll do my best to clear up any other misunderstandings, but here we go. Me saying straw man and then correcting it to straw person was what we like to call a joke. So that's it. It was just a joke. I do think it's interesting how our language is very male-centric, and I think that does offer a really good picture of how ingrained it is in our culture, how male is the default and female is the exception, in the same way that I find it interesting that religious language becomes so ingrained in the English language. But yeah, straw person, that was a joke. So thank you very much for writing, though, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Hello, welcome. I'll be blogging, vlogging, whatever, more often. And so hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.